Coming up on today's FNN, behind the scenes with the most famous weathermen in West Michigan.
Plus, we learn about the work that goes into capturing memories at EK.
And we recap your winter sports season. Stay tuned for all that and more because FNN starts now. Happy Friday, Falcons. I'm Taya Moore.
And I'm Erin Tyler.
If you ever wondered if we were going to have a snow day, you probably check out the Instagram page of the one and only Blake Harms. Nuha Hussein and myself went downtown to go behind the scenes with the snow day predictor himself.
I'm Blake Harms. I'm a meteorologist at Wood TV, and I am also school closing predictions expert, I guess you could say, at the station as well. So I'm from West Michigan, grew up in Hudsonville, been in the same house was in the same house basically my whole childhood. Seeing water spouts out at Grand Haven, so tornadoes on the water, when I was in elementary school was really fascinating. And that was when I realized that weather was something I enjoyed. Getting to see all the lake effect snow that we get, it was just a combination of different kinds of weather events that really fascinated me, made me want to learn more about it. My freshman year, the winter of 2013-14 was really busy. It was our second snowiest winter on record. I started putting the predictions on Twitter and Instagram especially. And still in high school when I started doing it for all of West Michigan. And when I was in college, I interned here. And after my internship, they asked if I wanted to do it for them on a freelance basis. So I was contracted out by them to put the predictions on their website. So my senior year, they had me cover the Christmas night shift to give the team a break. So that was my first time on air. I do remember feeling very nervous for that. And I had my Fitbit on. And I remember my heart was racing, like BPM of 120, 130, just standing there. It's gotten much better since, but I was very nervous, yeah. Back then, we used to do a lot of children's programming and game shows and stuff, so it's cool to look through this. So it's organized by decade. So 60s, we used to do a lot of older grandparents will probably remember Buck Berry's, one of the popular shows they used to do. These are some of my favorite pictures in the 60s of just seeing some of the equipment that was used and how things were done way back when. Just seeing the amount of feedback that I get from the kids on Instagram is really fun, seeing their comment. Now, granted, not all the comments are good. I am not here to condone them, but people are really funny, and it's just fun to interact with people that way. Like I said, on TV, we don't get a lot of feedback. I get far less feedback from doing TV than I do from the predictions, or interaction maybe is a better term, than when I do the predictions. And I get to talk with people who are asking about their specific school, the live streams especially. I try not to take myself too seriously, understand that I've been gifted a platform that I get to have fun doing. And obviously there's a pressure for me to want to get it right, but I think those who know me, work with me and know me well know that I tend to not take things too seriously most of the time. And so even though I have to be kind of strictly business on TV especially, and sometimes with the school closing stuff, I try not to take myself too seriously most of the time. I had no clue it would be what it's become. And it is flattering in many ways. You know, I just thought it would always be a Hudsonville thing or a Hudsonville-Jenison thing. And to now have it be all of West Michigan, I have people asking me from all parts of the area. It has been truly flattering, and it's the power of social media. That's what's really surprised me, is just how much word of mouth can spread with something like that. Getting to directly impact people's lives in a positive way, even from the day-to-day things of just planning out their day because of the weather to when severe weather hits, that is by far the most rewarding part for me. Yeah.
According to Blake, there may still be a spring snowstorm or two to look forward to, so keep your fingers crossed for maybe one more snow day.
With scheduling in full swing, there is one class that is still looking for students to join, and their responsibility is one of the biggest at EK. FNN reporter Gary Harmon, Jr. spent a few days with the hard-working crew that is in charge of creating our yearbook.
End of the school year coming up, students are looking forward to capturing the last memories of high school. For many students, it'd be buying yearbooks and taking pictures. This is all thanks to Ms. Pretcher's 2025 yearbook class.
My favorite thing about this club is making an impact for not only my classmates, but also future students, because we get to design the cover and the pages, and it goes down through many generations.
This is way more than just taking pictures and capturing cool moments at our school. It opens up doors for many friendships and opportunities behind the camera. This class gives a load of opportunities and great benefits.
This club, it shows me a lot of new lessons because I get to work with cameras, meet new people, and also learn how to design. So it's really nice learning a lot of new techniques, and it just means a lot to me because I get to also meet new people.
Being in this class takes dedication and hard work. On a daily basis, students work together to create, design, and put together the school's yearbook. Everything from taking photos to laying out pages and communicating with every group and team at EK. The students are always busy.
To just always be prepared. You always have to make your deadlines, and just making your deadlines makes a lot of things easier and a lot of less stress, so you get to have a lot more fun.
This yearbook class is a great class for fostering creativity, teamwork, and responsibility for our students. At EK, I'm Gary Harmon.
If you are interested in becoming a part of the yearbook staff next year, be sure to check with Ms. Pretzer in room 29.
One of the largest projects in Kentwood has wrapped up, and Kentwood Public Schools is set to reopen Hamilton Elementary and Early Childhood Center after a $20 million renovation. FNN's Chastity Reed sat down with Hamilton's new principal to discuss the importance of the reopening.
Circle 10.
The biggest changes is that we just went through this redistricting process. So over the last 2 years, we've asked for a lot of feedback from our families and from staff about what the priorities would be if we went through this process. The number one thing that we heard was population balance, being able to make sure that our schools are similar in size. Also, the neighborhood school model, which is really important, that if you're in a 1.5 mile radius of your school, that's the one that you get to attend, and also to maintain the diversity that we have in our district. So I think the biggest change is adding this new elementary, and then just being able to support all the reasons that our community really wanted.
With a play space in the front too.
But really just having the opportunity to start a new building gives everyone the chance to create a culture at this school. And so to make sure that we are supporting every single student voice, to make sure that they feel valued and a part of the process, I think that's just a really exciting opportunity. So I can't wait to see how this impacts the community. And I know that this building is going to be amazing, and it's truly built for them.
In May, KPS will be hosting welcoming events to all elementary schools so that students and families can meet their new teachers.
Up until last year, students interested in sewing or knitting had a chance to sign up for the fabrics class. But as that class is no longer offered, one EK teacher is going the extra mile to provide a space for students to express their creativity. I had the chance to chat with Ms. Cabell about her role as the new advisor of the Crochet Club. My pleasure to introduce someone who has not only brought creativity and craftsmanship to our school, but has also built a welcoming community through the art of crochet.
2020 pandemic, and I found it so fun. And I had a couple people reach out last year saying, you should start a crochet club, because I had told them a couple times that I crocheted. And so I guess it was interest, and then student interest, and then just me loving to do it.
Ms. Cable saw an opportunity to bring students together, share a valuable skill, and create a space for relaxation and self-expression.
The biggest goal of Crochet Club is just to provide a space for people to feel comfortable to come and make fun things. We also provide hooks for people who don't have them, and yarn, and so it's just whoever wants to learn, whoever wants to come and have a safe place to crochet after school. I think that's our biggest goal.
The Crochet Club has become a place where students can unwind, learn, and connect with each other.
The students that come to it, we have so much fun. We are currently watching a show. We watch shows every week, and so the show we're watching right now is fantastic, and we're having so much fun hanging out every Wednesday. I think my president does a really good job at that. I think putting the reins in student hands and allowing them to do fun things that they want to lead kind of automatically increases engagement and wants people gets people to want to come. We are planning on doing a few sales for the upcoming holidays. We are going to be selling things for the beginning of Ramadan. We're gonna do some sales for St. Patrick's Day, and we're thinking Easter as well.
East Kentwood consists of numerous surprises and innovations. This year, the East Kentwood Cafeteria has implemented some new menu adjustments, specifically the salad bar. Our own FNN reporter, Mireille Mueni, explores these new changes.
Every day, our cafeteria serves more than 900 meals. Our district and staff do the best they can to ensure that we are fed nutritional meals throughout the day. Our district is continuously working to come up with different menu options that meet all the guidelines and needs of our students and staff. Dan Zer, EK Child Nutrition Service Director, believes that there is still room for improvement in the lunchroom.
Well, I'm hopeful that it'll improve it. I'm hopeful that students will see the new opportunities and welcome them. And we're not perfect. There are things that we're going to put forward that don't work. And so student response and student feedback is going to be critical as to whether we keep things or not.
Lunch is anticipated by a higher percent of students, and staff do the best they can to ensure that our options are diverse and nutritional. Last November, our West Wing Cafeteria implemented a new method of producing plants for the salad bar here at EK. This is through hydroponic gardening, the method of growing plants in water-based solution, which has proven to be efficient due to the limited use of resources it requires. CEO and co-founder of Bits Farm, Mr. Tyler, adds to the lunch menu options with the shift in our salad.
So me and my co-founders used to work for Square Roots, which was a shipping container farm partnered up with Gordon Food Service. Dan, who is the child nutrition director here for Kentwood, and he reached out to us and he said, hey, I think it's really cool what you guys are doing with Hope College. Would you be willing to come to Kentwood and do something like that for us? And we said we'd love to.
A STEAM project that AP biology students are undergoing includes the production of plants using hydroponic gardening, which will later be added to our salad bar. This has given students the opportunity to understand what really goes into the process of hydroponic gardening right before their eyes. Gabrielle Gooden, an AP Bio student, highlights that this gardening method gives her more confidence in what she is consuming.
I want to know the nutrients, the time, all the factors that go into growing plants when you don't have land available, to make plant growing more efficient and to be more healthy, I guess, because you know what's going in your plants and you kind of feel more comfortable. Hydroponics could be a good way to see what goes into your food and be comfortable with what you're eating and consuming.
This process of expanding our lunch experience has been going so well that our KPS elementary schools plan on implementing this method in the coming weeks. At East Kentwood, I'm Mireille Mueni.
Our staff put in a lot of effort for our meals, and we are excited to see how these innovations will continue to shape our lunch experience.
What's up, Falcons? It's your girl Erica, and this is your EK Sports Report. Today, I am going to recap all of our winter sports. So starting things off, we have our bowling team. Our girls bowling team brought home a 5th place finish at regionals. And shout out to our boys bowling team who finished 2nd at regionals and earned 5th place in the state. Next up, we have our cheer team who wrapped up their winter season with 3rd in the district and 11th place finish at regionals. From the mat to the pool with boys swim and dive, the boys earned 6th at the conference meet, but has a host of boys heading to states. Boys hockey had an extremely young team this year and had some good performances to build up on next year. Dance made nationals this year after strong competitions at Little Caesars Arena in Davenport. Last but certainly not least, some big news from Ford Field making history as the first ever girls state placer in our school's history. Miss Anari Roberts placed 5th in the state. Congrats to her for making this huge accomplishment, and also congrats to Matthias Granderson, who placed 7th, and Tyler Mewson, who placed 6th in the state. Well, that does it for today's sports report. We'll be back here next week to talk spring sports. Now let's flip it back to the desk.
Thanks, Erica.
And let's wrap up this week's show with a new segment from Ari Browley.
You've probably seen Silent Library, but here's FNN's own spin.
Welcome to Silent Classroom. The game goes like this. The contestants will all choose a card. If they get a challenge card, they will need to complete the challenge without making a sound. At the end of the game, if the players earn enough points, they will all win a surprise gift card. Before we get started, let's introduce you to our contestants. That brings us to the end of Silent Library. The contestants managed to stay silent for 2 challenges. As a reward, they will all take home a gift card.
And that does it for today's show.
We'll be back next Friday with more. But until then, make sure to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to Falcon News Network on YouTube, where you can catch sports live streams, previous episodes, and other great content.
Plus, check the posters around the school to tune into our radio station and check out our Spotify podcasting channel.
We'll see you back here next week.